make a living with content writing as a career? Well, a very hot and popular question which I have also come across several times, and if y'all have been watching my videos, I'm sure y'all already know that I started off my career as a content writer, and it has been my primary source of income both as a full-time and freelance content writer. So the answer to this question about whether you can make a living with content writing as a career is an absolutely big yes. So there are several content writers who make a very good living out of this as a career. Now, to understand this, you would need to understand that there are three primary ways of making money as a content writer, and that is what we're going to discuss today. And also in today's video, you'll get an idea about what kind of salary expectations you can have if you're just starting off as a content writer or if you already have some amount of experience. So let's get into the depth of this popular question, and let me tell you that you would need to watch the entire video to get the perfect answer to how much you think a content writer earns and how much you can earn if you start off your journey as a content writer. So stay tuned and continue watching. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to hit on the subscribe button and the notification bell icon right next to it. So let's straight away head into this video. So as I said, there are three primary ways by which content writers earn. So the first one is being paid by per word. Second one is paid hourly. And the third one, which should be your aim if you are going up the ladder as a content writer, is the payment which is done based on per project. So let us look at each of these categories individually, and let's begin with the first one, which is being paid per word basis. Okay, so this is how usually content writers start off. So if you're starting a content writing career and you do not have any experience, then you're most likely going to be paid on a per word basis, which is ideally on the length of the article that you write. So if you have a 1,000-word article, your client would tell you that you would be paid so much amount per 1,000 words. So talking about our country, if you're just starting off, the least or the maximum that you can expect would range somewhere between 20 paise to 50 paise per word. Okay, so this is the average scenario, payment scenario currently, and if you're just starting off and you do not have any experience, this is the ideal expectation that you can have. But definitely this is for non-technical articles. For technical articles, since the subject matter expertise is required, the payment would definitely be higher. Now, once you have started off your content writing career and say you have a 4 to 6 months of experience, and that's when you can actually start negotiating about the per word rate with your client. And the best way to utilize this kind of a payment and get the most out of it is twofold here. The firstly is, if your article requires a lot of research, then you would need to accommodate that amount into your per word amount as well. So the research time that you spend, you need to consider that and then quote the price. Also, if not much preparation is required, then you can very well quote a lower price and your chances of getting that project would enhance. So also, if you're a very good writer, very quick writer, then you can actually produce several articles on a daily basis and your earning definitely goes higher. The downside of this kind of a payment strategy is if you're one of those writers who spends a lot of time in researching, a lot of time in putting the thoughts into words and sentences, then you're going to lag behind and maybe just produce 1 or 2 articles daily, and that definitely makes your payment go a lot lower compared to other writers who are very good and very quick with writing articles. But then if you have clients who trust you, you can definitely negotiate and make your rate go a little higher. If the clients have confidence in you that you are writing very well, then definitely they would pay a little higher per word. Now let's talk about the second category of payment, which is hourly. So this is ideal for people who do research-based articles. Okay, so if you're a technical writer or a subject matter expertise, then you would be spending, about 80% of the time researching about the topic. And the amount of research that goes might not reflect on the length of the paper or the length of the article that you're writing. So the article could actually be just 300 or 400 words, but then you might have spent hours researching about it. So the hourly payment suits people who do these kind of projects, which includes a lot of research, and the client also knows that a lot of research is required, especially if it's a marketing related topic or an academic article. Then a lot of research goes behind this, and your client knows that. So the client would also be ready to pay you on an hourly basis. So if you're one of those writers who loves quality over quantity, then this kind of payment strategy would suit you best, because you're actually spending a lot of time researching, framing your ideas, and then writing it. But if you're one of those who is like loves writing and is a quick writer and just wants to produce article at a rapid pace, then I would say being paid by word would be more profitable for you. Now let's talk about the third and the final payment strategy, that is being paid per project. So the project work is what the final aim should be of any writer. So if you're going up the ladder as a content writer and your writing business is taking off, then you should look for clients who is ready to pay you on a project basis. But then note that project basis is something that cannot be taken up by a generalist writer. Usually you need to have a specialization, you need to narrow down and then look for clients in that particular industry who are looking for specialist writers, and that's when you get paid on a per project basis. Also, the advantage of being paid on a project basis is that your potential earning goes high, which is very limited when you're being paid per word or you're being paid on an hourly basis. So if you're one of those who starts beginning to value the amount of work or the amount of research that you're putting in, compared to being paid on a per word basis, or the time you spend on it. So if you're one of those who's starting to value your work, then this kind of strategy would definitely work for you in a long run. Now, before I end this video, let's answer the popular question that we started off with about whether content writing can enable you to make a living with this kind of a career or not. So to answer that question, let us talk about the pay scale or the average salary of a content writer. So definitely the content writer salary varies depending on the experience of the writer, also the brand value of the organization, and also if you are into full-time content writing, the city where you're working also plays a major role. But on an average, if you're just starting off in our country, you can expect your salary to start within a range of somewhere around 14 to 15,000 per month, and after you have an experience of say 3 to 4 years, you might go up the ladder and become a senior writer or a senior author, and your salary could reach somewhere between 50,000. Okay, so this is just a vague value and average value that I have understood looking at this particular industry. But then definitely as you go up the ladder and you keep growing and you gain say 10 years, 12 years or 15 years of experience, you definitely reach a very high position and your income is definitely quite high. So I hope I have answered your question and you now are clear about where to go ahead with your content writing career. So if you have any questions or any opinions, please do leave that in the comment section, and don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful. And I shall see you all again very soon with another video. Till then, take care of yourselves. Thank you again and see you. Bye bye.